We are going. That is great. So welcome to another episode of TrackCast. I am Moto Mike Brown, and my partner in crime this evening, you're Austin.
Yes.
Okay, that's where you come in.
Sorry, I didn't get that pitch.
Oh, no problem at all. It's
Struck out.
Definitely. It's been a long day at the track, man, and we're here at round number 10, John Vincent in southeastern Indiana, as I would call it. Great day of racing here with the four-wheelers, and we're going to recap some of that action that has taken place a little bit earlier today. We're going to also talk about something very exciting coming up in 2018, and that's a few rules changes for IXCR, and then I'll call it the big announcement, kind of realigning ourselves or aligning ourselves with our co-sanctioning partners, GNCC. So that's basically going to be our show. Hopefully we'll get it taken care of in one take without too many mistakes, right?
Yes.
I'm not going to count them, are you?
No, I'm not going to count them, but there's exciting stuff to talk about. A lot.
Most definitely. And we're going to get to it any second now, right? But first of all, let's see what we got here. Yep, John Vincent, we confirmed that already. And brought to you by, of course, the best, Fly Racing. You know those guys?
Yeah. Best gear out there, bro.
That's right. If you're not wearing Fly, you should be. That's what I'm saying. Also, from the good folks at High Octane Graphics, if you're here at the track and you get a trophy and you earn it, High Octane Graphics is the one that comes up and designs those, as well as BOOSTDTV. BOOSTDTV. That's what we're doing right now. And of course, Unibiker. Is that Brian Bennett?
Brian Bennett, great guy.
Yeah.
Great company, great product, distributed by Western Power Sports. A
great company, great product. Unibiker right here in Indiana. So American-made product as well. Who's this?
That's our new pink light hydrogen gear. All our pro riders are going to be wearing it tonight at Monster Energy Cup.
Cool.
So, and it is available. Local dealers have them in stock already.
There we
Ready
go.
to go.
So your fly rider is going to be all suited up for the Ironman. Going to be pink head to toe, and that's going to be something pretty exciting that's going to take place. Again, we say GNCC Ironman. That is their last round of GNCC racing. They will crown some champions, and we'll have a big celebration at the end of a Saturday night and a Sunday night there in Crawfordsville, Indiana. If you've never been to a GNCC race, and especially if you've never been to an Ironman race, I've come from a moto background, you got to get to the GNCC Ironman. It is an event that you do not want to miss.
Entertainment everywhere. Even if you're not into the sport, you can go there and there's you can have fun watching the spectators. I mean, you don't even have to watch the bikes or the quads. You can just watch the spectators, and they have all kinds of events going on.
What about bull riding? Can you do some bull riding?
You can do some bull riding. You can do some pit bike racing. I mean, it's they keep everybody occupied.
It's
legit.
Good. I always like going to the Ironman Hill on a Saturday, right around 10 o'clock or so when the amateurs go. It's exciting, to say the least. And then the pros obviously can show you the quick way up it. They definitely challenge that track. Yeah. But again, bottom line, if you've never been to a GNCC event, go to the one in Crawfordsville, Indiana, the Ironman. Enough said on that, right? Okay. Now, where were you earlier today? Oh, we're right here. That's where I was.
Yeah, I was like dead last off the start.
Great! Dead last off the start, so we got that going for us.
Yeah. I made my way up a couple laps, made some passes. Love the track. It was an awesome track. And I see Bryce going the opposite way, so Bryson. And I'm like, I got to keep up the pace, and I just didn't catch him.
Got to go after him, which, you made your way all the way up to third spot, maybe a few more laps to go. Something else could have happened if we had a 2-hour race, but it's not a 2-hour race, it's an hour race, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who would you like to thank?
My dad, most important. Lord, for keeping me safe out there. His girlfriend for coming out, helping, and that's it.
Cool deal. Congratulations there in a third place ride. The number 250 of Bryce Husband. Another Bryce. We're going to change your name. All right, so you got everything all cleaned up. You got the Razor Maxxis tires all shiny across from there. Show it off a little bit up here on the podium. Tell me about your race and how things started.
Well, I got off the start, second into the wood behind Dalton. Went a little bit, and the clutch wasn't adjusted right, and it kept dying. And then Ethan came up on me, tried to pass me, and we tangled, and I think I put him in a tree on accident. And then I didn't look back from there and just kept going. And then probably the third lap, I flipped the tree and flew off and hurt my thumb pretty bad, but I just blocked it out and kept going.
Good deal. Yeah, you were right there around the 1 minute mark behind the 123 machine with a couple laps in, so you were running the pace, and you know you're able to finish up here in second spot. Who would you like to thank?
DQ Tunes, Scott, Hyper, All Balls, VP Racing, my mom, my dad, my brother, Axis, Power Mad, All Star Heating and Cooling, ODI, Maxis Tires, Henson, Leah, Alco, Sunstar Sprockets, IMS, IXCR, Alpine Star, Spikes KTM, JT, Trackside Power Sports, and DeRisa Racing.
Well, there you have it, the 628 of Bryce Bowen in the number 2 ride. All right, back to the center, man. This is where we belong, right? I'll say it now, had a perfect season going, and then, well, crap happened, and then you finished up second or so, but you're back here in the middle. Whole shot and run away?
Yep, it was a fun track. It was a little slick, but other than that, it was pretty good.
Yeah, we warned you the little slickness going on there on the first lap or so, but we'll take this over dust any day. Is that right?
Yes.
Any issues out there while you were out motoring around?
No, I had no issues. It was pretty fun. Good.
Bike run good?
Yep.
Cool. Who would you like to thank?
My mom, my dad, Hilltop Motorsports, Precision Trenching, IXCR, Exit Shocks, Fly Racing, Atlas, ATV 4-Play, Scott, Bell Ray, Team Precision, Podium Designs, Stacy Wayne Photography. That's it.
Sure. All good. All right. Well, there we go. That is our podium. One more round of applause. Keys, Bowen, and...
Yeah, that was definitely a good recap there of the Youth ATV podium. I know, Austin, you were out late last night doing work, okay, not just playing around. And as you see there, third place, Bryce, husband there, was in third. Second was Bryce Bowen, a couple of Bryces, and then a repeat winner, multi-time winner, Dalton Keys. That kid is a fast rider, so
yeah,
keep an eye on him. He's going to be moving up, I think,
yeah,
to the adult classes next year.
Yep, he's moving up, and kid rides good. He can ride that quad good. I did make it out a little bit, and
right.
You know, the track was, you know, thankfully over the past couple rounds the fields have just been dust bowl, but out here the open fields are pretty good. But I hear it's pretty slippery out in the woods.
It was a little bit slippery, especially in the morning time. So, and we said it a couple times, you were up late, but what you were doing was actually work. WPS Fly Racing, they brought on a new company, a new brand, and you were in Atlanta, and it was at the launch of that. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we just picked up a new brand, Scorpion, Scorpion XO. It's mainly a street company. They do have a couple off-road helmets, but we were down there. We're the exclusive distributor for that brand. They were dealing direct with all their customers, so it's going to be a good deal for us to get more gear out there to our dealers.
Sounds excellent. Mainly, I would say, a road thing, but they do have some off-road material as well. Two
off-road helmets that they offer really good price points on all their stuff, and they own their own factory, so they can offer really good products, and they can save on the money because they're not going through different channels of distribution. So, you know, they're just going through us, and helps keep the costs down, and you know, mainly street gear, touring, adventure style gear, and then they're getting into the cruiser bobber market. Got some pretty cool helmets. The Covert helmet coming out, so, or actually it's already out, but we're going to be distributing it. So.
That is
That's what we were doing down there, and got here early this morning and setting up. And normally I'm here on Friday night, but hey.
Right, I didn't see the normal mannequins out front, and they usually keep me awake. That's why I know if you're here or not, and you weren't here last night. But, you know, a lot of racers, they have street bikes as well, so that's going to be able to play into their...
Yeah, exactly. It's, you know, it's gear. I know Jake rides adventure stuff. A lot of these guys, they race dirt bikes on the weekends, and throughout the week they'll hop on their adventure bike and
put a few miles on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it beats pedaling a bicycle and getting in shape.
Yeah, some of them do that too. We have those products too. So. But
exactly. So, you know, we looked at our youth ATV podium, a little shot here of the parking lot as it started to fill up. A great piece of land that we're on here. The owner, again, back-to-back properties with him. The intermediate ATV podium was overall winner Weston Nielsen. Caden Spires was second and Gavin Smith in the third spot. I think Weston had to put the pass on when the white flag came out. So, you know, with the younger riders, it is always very exciting. I can't wait till tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to have some fast pros here, but I'll tell you one thing. The most exciting racing that I've seen out there is from the little 50cc pilots, man. Those guys are ripping it, and I look forward to that. Speaking of little guys, the Pee-wees, they were out there racing as well. These guys are cute riders. I call them cute. I love them when they're that age. Still a little rubbery so they don't get hurt. But Jeffrey Calloway came away as your winner for that. Connor Matney in second, and Bentley Phillips. That just sounds like a name for somebody that's going somewhere.
Yep.
You know?
And you're right. These little guys are really fun to watch, and they get out there and battle, and it's always fun to watch them, you know, go back and forth and grow in the sport. So
exactly.
They're the future of it.
With those guys, the 30-second lead or a minute lead's nothing, because they could weevil and wobble and bobble, and next thing you know, they're hung up on a piece of wood until somebody comes along and scoots them off. And
I know. There was a heartbreaker in the youth ATV. Dalen Lane. He had a huge lead and had a mechanical failure and lost it, and that's frustrating for a kid, and you know, that happens to them, and that's what makes the class exciting. You know, a lot of these quads out there, they're fast quads. I know from the bike side of things, the smaller bikes are really fast, but they're smaller. The radiators are smaller. They get hot. Things happen to them, and there's a lot of mechanicals that play into these results. So
yeah, engines melt down, parents melt down. I mean, it all takes place.
A lot of parents melt down
out there on the track. That's why they should be drinking some Evans cooler. That'll keep them running cool on the inside.
Hey, you know what?
Hey, we'll talk about this later. That would be a good idea. Hey, where we're at, well, there's another shot there of the starting line. I think that may be adult. I'm not sure though. But we're in we're in our new confines. Not really. We've broken into the scoring trailer, and that's where we're broadcasting from. So don't tell nobody. We keep the lights down low and the doors locked.
Yeah, it is nice to see there's not a layer of dust in here.
Well, you know,
previous races
I cleaned it up.
Oh, thank you.
I did that. That's part of my job. But there is some bugs flying around, so if that means we've eaten a skeeter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not a good thing there. So, you know, what's up next? We're going to get to the another podium, and that, I believe, may be the adult ATV. And we'll check that out.
Track conditions were good. Jonathan Fugate, take me through your race, man.
I got off to a bad start, and once we got in the woods, started making moves early on, and I think I made it up to about 5th the first lap, and could see the top 3 guys, and just kept my head down, kept charging, and as the race went on, we got some ruts developed, and picked up the pace a little bit, saved a little bit for tomorrow. I got a double header, so just kept pushing and ended up behind these guys. I guess that's as good as first almost. I mean,
yeah, when you got a national talent like that, you know, third, as they say, is not shabby at all. So congratulations to you on that. Who would you like to thank?
Rocket Ron Racing, Dryer Motorsports, Graphic Works Indy, and my dad for pitting for me and keeping me pushing out there. So.
There we go. Congratulations, Jonathan. 3rd place here, Jonathan Fugate. All right, Austin Abney. Man, you know, you look at the lap 1, Wishmeyer in the lead. Here comes Abney. I think he led lap 2 maybe or so. Then McGill's in the lead. You guys were keeping a good race going up front. Walk me through it a little bit here.
Oh, it was good. Yeah, I think I came through 3rd that first lap, and McGill and I made some passes pretty early 2nd lap. And I rode behind him for a while, and I had some lines from the previous years I knew about, and I had to show him some of those. Got around him for a little bit, just playing around. He got back around me, and the last lap he kind of put it on me a little bit, but I was still within, I think, 15-20 seconds, so can't call it a bad day, I guess.
That's definitely not a bad day, my man. So that was good, tight racing. Who would you like to thank, Austin?
My whole family, especially my dad, Todd at Different Motorsports, Hauser Racing, Custom Axis Shocks, Santo Derisi. They've done a lot for me lately. Did some changes to the front end, and it's great. Ron Johnson Racing, Graphic Works, Stacy Monday Photography, Square One Photography, Quad 91 Photography, Clark, MZM. They've helped me out a lot lately. Can't thank Ryan enough. Just everyone out there helps me out.
You're that photographic. You need that many photography sponsors?
Yeah, I like to pose for them.
I got it. Shout out to your sis.
Yeah, I gotta go. I had to take a shower real quick. I gotta go to one of her college things, support her. So she always supports me, so better go do that.
That is right. She's going through nursing school. Is that right?
Yep, she's struggling through it, and I think she's just a little over halfway through, and she'll be saving lives one day, I guess.
No doubt about it. Congratulations there on the number 2 ride, Austin. And making our way to the middle of the podium. You haven't quite got it. There's the marks up there from the last burnout, Mr. McGill. Congratulations here on another win, man. Take me through your day.
Yeah, it was a good day. I mean, we had a decent start. I think we was third going around the whole shot line. I was a little bummed we lost it, but you know, I think it was Gorley got it, Austin Gorley. So, you know, hats off to him. He rode good. Austin was just in front of me, and we made a few passes pretty early before we even got to the first mile mark. Got in the lead and was following her. He was following me, and man, I don't know what it is about these guys, but that first lap, I was on the struggle bus, man. I believe the thing, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, Tim, Craig, come on, guys. But they did good. I mean, once we got the track burn in, it actually flowed really nice. And I mean, I really can't thank IXCR for putting on an amazing program. I mean, you know, the lappers, or not the lappers, the other racers out there in the track. I mean, it's definitely a racer series for sure. And you know, we end up making a few mistakes early, and I fell back, I think, to 4th, I think, or 3rd, and followed this guy here for a while, and made some passes on him after the end of the first lap, and once the track got beat in, I finally started to find a flow and feeling pretty good. And Austin passed me once, and I set him up, passed him back. I mean, I had to take him down a notch, so he was right up there, and I took him right back down. And then we come up to a small bottleneck. I don't know what the hell this young kid's thinking. I'm sitting there, and I never hear him crack the gas, and I look back, and I'm like, oh, Christ. And he just runs up into the back of me, bends my number plate, doesn't even say sorry, just looks at me and says, why don't you just get out of the way?
Well, that's what he was trying to do. You know, young blood coming through, but the old man still had a little bit to show, right?
The old man just dumped the clutch and just let her eat, man. And I mean, yeah, we felt good. He run with me there pretty much the whole race. I couldn't shake him. I mean, we'd get maybe 5-10 seconds on him. He'd close it back. I'd stretch it, he'd close it back. I mean, he's riding good. All these guys here ride really good. That's another reason I come out here. The competition here is definitely one of the stoutest regional series that I've ever been to. Actually, probably the only regional series. So, you know, I mean, I really enjoyed the track. I enjoy the people here, so I definitely want to come back, but I will not be at the last one. So this will kind of be a year-ender for me. But all in all, we ended up coming through, got the win, and I think we was maybe 15 seconds ahead of him. So a little bit of breathing room there, and the last lap kind of went off without a hitch. No real problems anywhere, no getting stuck, and so, you know, the bike did well. So I'm just glad to be able to pull out one last win before I essentially hang up the helmet and start over for next year.
Excellent. Yeah, we appreciate you making it out, and who knows, we may see a lot more of you next year, right? Who would you like to thank?
You might see more of me. It depends on what Tim and Michelle say, right?
Right.
Yeah, so, you know, it depends on what they say, but definitely, you know, thanks CST Tires, my dad and my wife at home, you know, helped me get stuff ready. You know, tire blocks, custom axle shocks, Lone Star, you know, Hyper by Weld wheels, flex bars, FMF, Rage engines, Wiseco pistons, RJR, Worth connections, Cycra, IMS tanks. You know, I'm sure I'm forgetting a few, but thank all you guys, thanks all you fans for out here cheering me on. It's kind of a bittersweet saying, you know, goodbye this year, but thank you guys so much. We'll see you in 2018.
Sounds like a deal. Congratulations there, Adam McGill, your overall winner for the day.
All right, so that winds up the adult ATV program. Did you check out Austin Abney? He was checking the air pressure out in his tires to make sure they were still good. So.
Well, he's probably just going to roll it into the trailer and, you know, next race, just roll it out.
Yeah, just roll it out. But that was a great race, man. Adam McGill, of course, took the overall. Austin Abney in second. 15, 20 seconds behind him.
Oh, he gave him a run though the entire race. They were back and forth. And, yeah, it was a good show.
No doubt about it. And it's always good to see Jonathan Fugate up there on the podium as well. One thing we do need to mention was the GDH hole shot, and that went to Austin Gorley. So he was quick off the line. Ended up not on the podium, but definitely an honorable mention there because he was up in front for a little bit as the race unfolded. Though the 521 of McGill, have you seen his 521, the McGill Mafia on the podium banner? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a little bet that Tim lost earlier this year.
He did an Instagram post for Liat, I believe. I watched. And it had quite a bit of views, and it had an IXCR Podium banner hanging in his garage there. So
Oh boy.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think he kind of likes us.
Yeah.
You know, well, as much as he can.
Heck, what's not to like?
There's no doubt about it. You kidding me? Great racing, lots of good competition, and we're here at least once a month or so. Round 10, we're at the John Vincent once again. We're going recapping today's races, and we're about ready to get into some 2018 news. That's what we really want to talk about, and that's what's going to come up next. So, you know, we're halfway through. Actually, right now what's going on is a Halloween contest. Was there a lumberjack out there? What was
I think I heard there was a lumberjack. I saw a couple of minions. I don't know. We started this before I could really see all of them showing up. But do we have? Are we doing side by side? Or are we doing 18 stuff first?
I think we go through side by side first. That's a good idea since that's how we rolled through.
I did actually wake up.
Did you?
And caught some of the side by
All
side
right, we can
stuff.
take it over from here.
Place Nathan Whitaker second, Jason Wolford, and your overall champion Kyle Cheney. A round of applause. You have some wings, right?
Yeah, I feel like I should after that.
Take me through your race.
Pretty well. We took off out of the hole. Bruce was pretty much right in front of me the majority of the whole race. We raced the entire time. Other than a few people getting in between us here or there, it was all out, all we could do the entire race. It was awesome.
Yeah, it looks like the dirt was in pretty good shape. Also got a little rain on Monday. Looks like it's softened the terra firma up. Lots of good traction out there, right?
Yeah, it was good. It was a little slick in the corners. You could drift it through the corners awesome. In the woods, it was tacky, and it was great.
Cool. Who would you like to thank?
Tire Spines, Midstate Motorsports, Stacy Money Photography. That's about it.
That takes care of his third place, Nathan Whitaker. You see, they play Trap the Fat Man a lot up here, so I know how to go around the other way. I've got my path. Jason, welcome up to our podium and take me through your race.
Man, it was terrible.
Well, it can't be too bad. You're up here.
Well, I got like 14th off the start, I guess. I was almost dead last, and had to fight my way through the traffic. And I don't know, Whitaker. He picked out a good line back there, so showed me a good line. He was shooting through, and I picked that up. And other than that, it was a pretty good race at the end. Never could catch Cheney, but whatever.
Yeah, he had everything rolling forward, I'd say.
For sure.
Kind of knows what he's doing here. So who would you like to thank?
Man, I tell you what, this little group right here is about all we got. It's Razor Extreme out of Nashville, Tennessee, and this is about our 5th race with y'all series, and we're loving it. And so that's it, Razor Extreme. Thank you.
Good deal. Hopefully we can get some stuff worked out, and we'll see you at every round next year. So that would be a good thing. Second place, Jason Wolford. Now we're making our way to the center of the podium. Watch this move. Do you see that? I didn't even fall off the podium. I know how that goes. So, not quite the start. I mean, you were up there, but the who was that in front of you?
I think somebody started their car before they threw the flag. I think it was the orange car, but I think John Barnes ended up going in second and me in third, and then John got right around him, and then I got kind of stuck behind him, and John ended up checking out. But I kind of wanted to get behind somebody because we went to that Red Bull Air race earlier in Indy, and actually we're going back tonight, so I didn't get to walk the track. We just came and raced, and this was one track that I definitely should have walked. It was super tight, and I didn't know any of the lines, and I kind of was just out there and kind of cruising around trying to figure out some lines, and by about the end of the second lap I caught back up to John, and I was able to get around John, and I'm not sure what happened to him. I saw he was broke out there, and the track started to break in, some good lines started to form, and I saw some good lines, and the track ended up coming together. The dirt was perfect. But yeah, my Maxxis tires were hooking good. Can-Am worked great today. G-Force did my shocks. Man, these things, they worked really good today. It's the best the car's handled all year.
I will say your car was one of the better looking ones right after the finish line. Coming around that right-hander, a 4-wheel drift headed down towards Pro Road. Looks good from over at the finish line area anyway. Also, yeah, I think it was Barnes. He was out there running rabbit, and I'm thinking, wait till that 1000cc turbo kicks in. He's going to track him down.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of places we could use it. You know, out here in this field, man, the woods were tight. You know, I mean, this car is shortened some, but it's still, I think we're still 7 inches longer than, you know, the closest car out here. So this car is still big, and it is really hard to get through the tight woods. But I mean, the thing's tough. I mean, we definitely hammered it off some trees today, and still ended up here on the podium.
Lumberjack Kyle is what we'll call you, knocking down some trees, and ended up winning the Torques Championship, right?
Yeah, wrap that up, and sucks that I had to miss a GNCC for it, but I mean, we're still in a championship hunt for GNCC. Hunter and Cody mess up at Ironman, I can still take it too, but it's a long shot, and I'm not, I don't think it's going to happen.
So at this point, mathematically able to do it, but it's going to take something special. Who would you like to thank?
Just everybody out here at IXCR for putting on a great series, and you guys run a great program. You know, thanks for having us out.
No, we appreciate you being here. A lot of top talent, not only on the regional side, but
as we were interviewing Kyle Cheney, national champion there of the Torque Series. He's in contention for the GNCC. He even pops in IXCR every once in a while, and it's always great to have a national caliber driver here on the side-by-side. So Cheney won it. Jason Wolford finished second, and Nathan Whitaker rounded out the podium on side-by-sides. Did you get a chance to see that stuff?
I did, yeah. Cheney was in second first couple laps, and then he pulled it all together, and then he just dropped the hammer and took off. But that guy can drive.
Well, the story is he was at the Red Bull Air Show, and then he kind of hurried over here to go race today, so he didn't walk the track. So he's like, I need to let somebody go in front of me, and that way he followed him around, got used to it, and then I told him he hit the turbo button and kind of went around him and ended up in the lead. Yeah, as a matter of fact, he's going back to the Red Bull Air Show tonight, and I'm sure the finals are tomorrow. That's in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I went to that last year. It's really cool. All those pilots are amazing. The whole event's really cool. It gets a very good turnout. I'd like for them to do, when they do the Red Bull Air Race there, what better place could you see the Red Bull straight than right down the front stretch?
Right down the front stretch, or through pit row, you know, pit lane. That would be
either one.
Super cool.
Everybody's in the pagoda watching it. I mean, that's just my 2 cents.
Did you email it in?
I made a little Photoshop picture of it and posted it.
Because if you never bring it up, they'll never know what your great ideas that you have.
Well,
now they know.
I tagged them.
Yeah.
Does that count?
It does.
They didn't listen so far. I think
they didn't respond, but at least you reached out to them.
Yeah.
So that's good. So, you know, that basically wraps up today's events. Tomorrow, again, you know, the 50 cc's, I care about it, but I don't care. I want to see the 50 cc's race tomorrow at noon. Those guys, there's 3, 4, 5 riders that just go at each other, and that's for the full 30 minutes. But we have a full day of bike racing kicking off at 8:30. The youth bikes, a lot of great competition, some national caliber riders in that event. At 10 o'clock we'll do our intermediates. That's actually 10:45.
Yep.
Noon will be the peewees, and then 1 o'clock the adult bike race, and that'll wrap up our weekend here for round number 10. We have one more race weekend to go. We're going to take next weekend off, as my Facebook post said, get the honeydew list done.
Yes.
That's a spare weekend. And then after that, we're going to go racing GNCC, the Ironman, final race for the year for GNCC. And then maybe some of those riders will stick around and join us at Rock River. Is it Rock Run? Rock Run? Rock Run. Rock Run. Maybe
Greencastle.
Yeah, it's out in that area. And that's
Rockville. My apologies.
Rock Castle.
I ran that one last year.
I mean, on your foot? Feet? Big race? Oh, on a bike.
On a bike.
How'd you do?
Terrible. I got in a bottleneck, and it was the only race I did all season, so I had my goggles off, arms crossed. I got to see Ricky Russell and Chris Douglas go flying through a ravine, and I'm like, no, I'm going to sit here and wait for something else to open up, because that looks pretty difficult.
That looked pretty difficult. Hey, Ricky Russell's supposed to be here tomorrow, too. He's in the state of Indiana.
That's good.
I know. Are you
like
kidding me?
That guy I'm super pumped he got the ride he got, but I'm bummed he's not in flight here anymore.
No, I understand that. We had a good thing going last year. Actually, you know, if you want to talk 30 seconds or so, MCS Racing, we did what we wanted to do. We got Ricky to stay on the national spotlight, and then got him back to a factory level, which that was our goal. So.
Yeah. I mean, it was, you know, it was either I don't want to say it, like, you know, do or die.
Right.
And he did it, and now he's got a good ride, and he's riding really well. So it'll be fun to watch him here tomorrow.
Yeah, so not only will we have a factory Yamaha rider, we'll have a factory Honda here. I'm sure Austin Lee's going to be here as well. He's making every round. I'm sure lots of other fast guys will be here tomorrow as well. Sure, it says 70% chance of 0.008 inches of rain. That's like high humidity.
There's still leaves on the trees. It won't even hit the ground.
Yeah, I think we're good. It's going to be another great day of racing.
Yep.
That's what we're gonna look forward to.
I did throw some new tires on.
Did you? On your kids' bikes?
Yeah.
So we'll look
just in case.
On the whole shot?
I mean, they did say the wheels are slippery, so hopefully that pays off.
Well, Dad's got to do what a dad's got to do.
You know, many dads.
Oh, I do. You gonna drink some Evans Cool tomorrow? Keep you cool under the collar.
I know.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, don't do that.
No comment.
It's all good.
Yeah. As long as they're having fun.
That's the way I see it. So
anyway, are we going in 2018?
I'm ready to
go. Are we going to something else?
I have no idea. Let's see what. Oh, hey, 2018. That's the awards banquet. And let me tell you, last year I showed up at the awards banquet not really knowing what to expect, other than when I walked into the building, it was like, wow. I mean, this is an awards banquet.
Yes.
Circuit, or Night of Champions is what we're going to call it. And the awards that were hand-built, I'm going to call it hand-built with love. Those awards were really, they were very over-the-top national caliber awards, and I'm sure the bar will continue to be raised another notch higher.
I don't see how they continue. I said it before in the last TrackCast. I mean, even the awards, I mean, the overall awards that they give away each round would be, you know, way better than what a lot of series do at their banquet, you know, for a whole series. So
say that every time.
I can't imagine what the year-end ones, and they do it for everybody. You know, if you haven't raced this series, I mean, if you qualified for points, your year-end plaque has a picture of you on it. I mean, it's not just, you know, hey, I got third in this series. I mean, you get to submit your own whatever cool picture. Stacy Monday, she opens up her, you know,
scrapbook, we'll call it.
Yeah,
that's what I call it. I mean, photo album. How about that?
She opens up her photo album. You pick one, you send it in, they get it on the plaque, and it's really cool. So I'm looking forward to it.
That is very neat. I can tell you, this is my first year with IXCR, and I feel like I found a home here for many years to come. Much like the Fly Racing, we just signed what, a 99-year agreement? Yes. Don't tell Bob.
No, I don't know. So far, so good. We are still rocking and rolling. I don't see anything changing. You know, I'd like to. You know, you always like to do more, and you know, I'll fight for as much budget as I can. But there is a budget.
Sure.
So, but we try to do all we can for all the racers, for sure.
So far, so good, and
we're happy.
So are we. Hey, everybody's happy, happy, happy. So, ready to talk about 2018?
I don't know much about it, but
you know, well, we're going to get educated right now. First up, we're going to have our schedule, 2018 IXCR schedule. Yes, it doesn't list the actual properties, but it does give you the dates. You can lock it in, and that way you can get your schedule set. So if you need to get time off of work, now's a good time to get that schedule set with your work. And I can tell you, this is probably 99.99% in stone, because we know what's going on. Right?
Yep.
Did you see that team race down there? We got a team race coming up.
I'm curious to see what property that's at.
You have any friends that can race? I mean, I don't mean that you don't have any friends, but
no.
You got any friends that ride with you?
Yeah, oh yeah, tons. Team races are awesome.
Yeah,
I love them. They're a lot of fun. That's the Stony Lonesome team race.
Oh,
I usually try to do that one.
Well, that's where everybody starts out. Hey, buddy, let's just ride. And
then it turns.
The knives come out at the end of lap 1, and guns are shooting at the end of lap 2. So, but no, it's a lot of fun. You're right, and I look forward to that race as well. That's at the end of next year. But a lot of great racing, a lot of great properties. We went to a couple of new properties this year. I think the Popcorn was a new round, and of course the X Factor, that was brand new facility, and you know, a lot of great potential at both properties.
Yeah, so. I'm hoping we get to go back there. They don't have them listed yet, but both those properties I really like. Really nice pitting areas, especially X Factor. I mean, yeah, and I hear they just keep building stuff. They have that silo.
Oh, that was great. Yeah, as a matter of fact, one of the ex-Colt Hunter Smith.
Hunter Smith.
See, that's how I think it. Hunter the punter from the Colts. He was
Put
his
on a
band.
concert there?
It was a great
Yeah.
band. There was a couple hundred people out there listening to him. I also looked there May 6th, 5th, and 6th. Does that ring any bells? Cinco de Mayo. There we go, buddy. So
I'm gonna try to get them on board next year.
yeah, we got to do
as
that.
a sponsor.
Oh,
I mean, the cheater tire.
yeah.
I know some guys running that. I don't want to get into it.
I know.
That's a shameless plug.
Cinco de
the U.S. have
Mayo.
a lot of good. Max is sponsoring the series. They got their truck here today.
Beautiful.
All Max is distributed by Western Power Sports.
Well,
so
it's all in the family. I mean, at some point, WPS is going to own everybody.
I don't know.
No?
It takes your focus. You gotta just, select few. And
Is that right?
Don't take your focus off too much. But we do distribute Maxis. There's a lot of guys out there running it, so they're here today, and they've been a good sponsor of the series.
They have. Casey mentioned something about a new motocross tire coming out for 2018. It may be out already, but he didn't have any with him. He felt bad because he loaded up going to the GNCC round in Ohio, and then he said I about sold the whole truck out, so he didn't have very many tires. So, bad for us, good for him, bad for us, good for him. But, he'll be back to a few more rounds. He likes being here, we think.
Yeah.
And we enjoy him here, so cool.
It just makes the whole overall atmosphere of the race that much better. I'd like to see some more of the vendors get involved and commit to being at every round, so there's new stuff for all the racers to come and see and do. So
exactly, that'd be a good point to say thank you for showing up for every round. You always have the Fly Racing set up out there.
Yeah,
2018 gear.
Yep, 2018 gear, and like I said, I kind of two birds with one stone, if you will. My kids race, so it definitely would make it a lot harder to come to every round if I was just coming by myself.
Right.
Didn't have ulterior motives, so that's.
No, I get that. Hey, it all works out. Mama's happy, you're happy.
Yep.
Kids are happy.
Kids are happy.
That's the important part. So that's where we're at there. So that we've seen a glimpse of the schedule. We have the dates pretty much firmed up. We will lock in the actual properties when it gets a little bit closer, and we'll be able to get that information to you as well. One thing we didn't say about the banquet, tickets are going to be on sale shortly, we'll say. I don't have an exact date, but keep watching the IXCR Facebook and IXCR.com. Go to the website.
When they announce those will go quick.
But it's all about bang, I know.
You better be watching, and when they go on sale, jump on there and get your tables, because otherwise you and your buddies are going to be sitting
or
standing on opposite ends. I've not been in that venue, but I know the last year's venue we were packed in there, and this one I can only imagine is a lot bigger. So
it is, and one of the reasons why didn't we go back to the venue last year? I think they're actually upgrading it. Yeah, so it'd be quite a bit of construction going on.
So
looky there.
I know we've been rambling on, and this huge news has been on the screen. People are like, what's going on here?
And I'm going to say, fortunately, IXCR has grown over the years, and we feel it's probably time to align ourselves more to the GNCC schedule as the way they run things. So that's exactly what we're doing. The youth racers are going to start off at 8 o'clock in the morning next year. Going to still run that 1 hour time limit on that. Then following that is going to be our intermediate. We're going to keep that class. That's a good stepping stone.
Love that class.
Coming from Pee Wee, going to intermediate, and then to the youth. The track not quite as long, and you don't run quite as long as the youth. So the intermediate is right there at 10 o'clock. And then AM adult amateur, 11 o'clock for an hour and a half.
Yep.
You all right with that?
I'm perfectly all right with that.
Good.
We don't have a list of classes for that yet. That'll be out soon, right?
Yeah, that'll be out. We'll get them all firmed up. I mean, typically it's, for the afternoon class is going to be your B riders, your pro riders, some of the vet groups there in the afternoon, and then we put the rest of the groups in on the morning class. So more skill levels kind of balanced out, that'll be a lot better racing.
Yep, and then Pee-wee's at 1 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
I think this is a brilliant move, because Craig and his crew can get the amateurs off the track probably while the Pee-wees are running.
Huh. Well, it's like you're reading our mind. That's amazing. That is amazing.
And for me, I have now a 4-hour break. And instead of this year, I have like one kid on the track, get him off the track, get the other kid to the line. So,
right,
it's not all about me.
It's the Austin schedule. Let's just say it.
Next year's schedule works way better for me.
Well, that is good.
But I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, so the Pee-wees will kick off right at 1 o'clock, and then we'll have the adult expert, as it says, the adult PM class at 2 o'clock. So we had to bump that back just an hour, and it'll race for 2 hours as well. And just like today, the side-by-side's rolling at 5 o'clock. And I will tell you one thing. It's one thing that I've noticed with IXCR. We bust our bottoms to keep on time. And I tell you what, just with a couple of exceptions for the side-by-sides, buddy, we've been spot on pretty much all year. When I say we're going racing at 1 o'clock, we're going racing at 1 o'clock. So that's going to be hopefully the same routine that we can get in for next year. Split program, more of a GNCC style, running the AM and PM kind of things.
That'll help the, you know, these races, you know, some of these rounds are getting 300 and 400 bikes in the afternoon race. And that's guys like Austin Lee, the front guys, they're running into lappers on lap 2, and you know, it's just gonna free up the track a little bit more. Kind of makes it safer for everybody. I know the C and first year racer guys, they don't want to have to worry about a pro already coming by them on their first lap. So this will help. And I believe were they doing the AM track is a little bit different. Are they going to run the same track?
Maybe a smidgen shorter. There's still going to be some technical.
We'll go to our experts on that?
And to the experts.
We'll probably throw in like a pro hill or, you know, something for the PM race that the AM guys don't hit.
Exactly. And you know, what it does is puts the faster riders in the afternoon and your more seasoned riders in the afternoon.
Exactly.
And the less experienced riders in the morning. Yeah, I'd hate to be buzzed by the rev limiter coming through on that Honda. And it catches you quick. So so it's going to be both. It's going to be the best of all worlds. Check out again the times, and we think we got it pretty much figured out to where it's going to run pretty smooth, as they can be.
And every race is at the top of the hour. You know, right now, just a second ago, you've been at every single one of these races, and you said intermediate was at 10:45. I mean, once you get used to it, it's fine. But you know, all these races next year are going to be at
O'clock.
O'clock.
Yep. 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock. You'll get it. We'll put it in print. You'll be able to print it out and keep an eye on it. Here's another thing. 2018 rule changes for our youth ATV, kind of firming some things up. Super Mini Mod. Now that is 12 to 15-year-old riders, 254 strokes, 400cc 2-strokes, production and non-production. Basically, I'm going to call that the hybrid class. You're able to run your hybrid in that particular class. So it has its own little division. And then we have Super Mini, which is your 12 to 15-year-old riders. And that is going to be production only. Okay? No hybrids in that particular class. So that's pretty good. That kind of separates that a little bit.
Yes.
Give some riders.
Those quads, I can't remember who's making them, but they're throwing a 250F Yamaha motor and basically a YFC 450 frame. And that's a mean little quad. So.
Letting her rip, tater chip, and a couple of those guys can really ride those bikes too. So you know, you get that out there. One thing we will note in the Mini Supers, we have it as 8 to 15-year-olds. Now GNCC says you have to be 12 to 15. So check that out before you lock in on what you want to do. You can be 8 to 15 racing with IXCR. That is the Mini Supers, the 8 to 15-year-old division. So that will take care of that. Looking at our side-by-sides, Turbo Tim. Sorry. Turbo is going to be allowed just like GNCC here with IXCR. One thing we will note, just like our GNCC partners, it cannot be turbo add-ons. It has to be bought from the factory with the turbo. So we don't want somebody going out there and, you know, supercharging turbo style and kind of blowing things up. Not safe for them, not safe for other competitors. So it must come from the factory, Austin. You can't super glue things together and JB weld them and put your turbo on. You got it?
Got it.
Okay, I understand it too. Also in the light division, that's the 0 to 800cc production and non-production, and must be a production car chassis, and that is for our side-by-sides. Once again, you know, look over the rules. If you have any questions, I think Tim said call him anytime after midnight and before 6 a.m.
Yep.
No, that's not
what
right.
I try.
Is that it? That's when you catch him his
See
best.
why he doesn't answer.
Yeah, and that's probably why he didn't answer. No, send us an email. Contact us on our Facebook. Let us know if you have any questions. We'll put it in print, and we will get the new rules out there in writing. How's that?
Sounds great.
I think so.
That's a growing a growing segment of the sport. And,
It is.
I mean, it's not going anywhere. I know out in the field, the side-by-side market, not just the racing side, but the recreation and farming.
Yes.
It's getting huge. These companies are coming out with more and more stuff for these things, and people are using them. More and more counties are allowing them on the roads, and
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah. Nice equipment too.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah, those are really nice. As we seen Cheney here today in his factory machine, you know, a lot of top talent here in the Midwest driving the side-by-side. So,
Yep.
that is a cool deal. So we've recapped today, talked about tomorrow a little bit. A lot of great racing taking place here at Round 10, the John Vincent. Came across the schedule. We know when our banquet's going to be. Did we say February 3rd?
I think we did.
Well, we did not. We should have.
Yeah.
Because that's when it is.
And it's a new location,
It's a new location.
which will be cool.
That is going to be most excellent down in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. That's
Down by
right.
Paoli. Or not Paoli. Perfect North Slopes.
Yeah, in the area. Yeah, they're both south Indiana. I think one may be towards Ohio. I don't know. I'll drive you over to Paoli. Yeah, it is. You're right. You're right. Perfect North. I was thinking
30 miles apart.
30?
Three.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
The
we can
banquet?
jog over there after the
We might do
banquet.
some snowboarding.
There you go. So we got the banquet squared away. We know it's going to be an AM PM thing, just like GNCC. That's going to be very exciting. And talked about the rule changes. A couple new classes there for our ATV competitors. And I think that's going to about wrap us up here for Saturday at the John Vincent. What do you think in closing words here, Austin?
Just another great weekend. If we can get that rain to hold off tomorrow, we'll have a good day of racing again. We've been pretty lucky this year as far as rain and mud. I mean, it got a little dusty there for a while, but
Right. 0.08 inches, I'm good with that. Bring it out. We're going racing no matter what, I can promise you that much. And then we'll follow that up with November the 4th. Great day of racing here. Come on out. We'd love to see you. We are in Cross Plains, is that right, Indiana right now? I always say southeast, so look it up on the map and come join us for another good day of racing. I'd like to say a big shout out to definitely Tim, Michelle, and Craig. Man, they put their heart into this series and they make it grow. Without them, we would have one less series out here in Indiana. And I will say, Indiana is the hotbed of off-road racing, as you can see by the number of riders turning up.
absolutely. We love it.
All right, my first TrackCast. We made it through.
My second one.
Oh, well, you're a
It was
professional.
But this is just as rough. No, it was good.
Next time, take notes. Bring notes
I had
with
no
you.
notes.
All right,
I
here's
do
how we
worse
do it.
with
See?
notes.
And that's the news that is the news. All right, that's a wrap. We appreciate you guys tuning in. You've got the breaking news, AM, PM, different classes here for our ATVs, and we're going racing tomorrow. It's a wrap. Fade to black. Fade to black. Is that what they say?
I think so.
I don't know. Motor mic out. I want my Slurpee. Taylor ruined it. What'd she do?